Hi friends, myself Durga. I'm working as a Java trainer for the last 16 years in Durga Soft. I worked more than 5 years in IBM as a software engineer, sir. Sir, now I want to introduce the most valuable, very important course for your day-to-day coding, Java exception handling for certification under interviews. Observe that, for certification under interviews. Sir, do you know, in total Java, the most valuable concept, compulsory, day to day we are going to use exception handling concept. You can't expect a Java code without a try and catch blocks. I hope you people may be aware. Okay, so even for interview room also, what is the difference between final, finally, finalize? What is the difference between checked exception, unchecked exception? Most commonly asked questions in every Java interview. That's why exception handling very important for our day-to-day coding, very important for our interviews, even for certification also. Whether you are planning for OCJA or OCJP, either first level or second level, in both the certifications, this topic is one very important topic. That's why you people should have very clear ideas, sir. Moreover, this exception handling concept is my favorite topic, sir. You people can expect much subject with full confidence from me, yes, especially related to exception handling. So yeah, the part of exception handling, what the things we are going to discuss. Have a look once. Here, the first I will discuss introduction concept. What is exception? Why exception handling is required? What is the meaning of exception handling? All these things I will discuss, right? Sir, next, runtime stack mechanism. A small theoretical concept, right? Whenever you are calling Java method, internally stack frame will be created. How the stack frames will be created and so on. Runtime stack mechanism we will discuss. Next, default exception handling in Java. So if you are not writing any try catch, by default, what will happen? What will happen in Java if an exception rises? Compulsory you people should have clear clarity. Next, exception hierarchy. Do you know the most important concept for the interview room, sir? Do you know which class acts as root for all Java exceptions? Throwable class. Sir, throwable class contain two child classes are there. Exception, error. What is the difference between exception and error? Next, what is checked exception, unchecked exception? These are things we are going to discuss very clearly in this part, sir. Next, after that, customized exception handling by using try catch. If you want to handle exceptions explicitly, then how you can use a try and a catch. Next, control flow in try catch. So inside try block, if an exception rises, what will happen? Inside catch block, if an exception rises, what will happen? What is the flow of execution inside the try catch we have to discuss. Next, methods to print exception information. Sir, I want to print exception information. Which methods are there? Sometimes get message method, sometimes print stack trace method, sometimes toString method. What is the difference? When exactly we require to use these methods, like we have to discuss, right? Next, try with multiple catch blocks. Sir, maybe a chance, a single try may contain multiple catch blocks. What is the need? If multiple catch blocks are there, in which order, sir, JVM is going to give the precedence? Do you have any rules are there? All those things we have to discuss about try with multiple catch blocks. Next, finally block. Sir, what is the purpose of finally block? What is the specialty of finally block? When the finally block will be executed, what rules are there related to finally? We have to discuss, right? Sir, next, after that, the most important question for the interview room, what is the difference between finally and finalize? Sir, most important question. Crores of times asked question in the interview room. What is the difference between finally and finalize? Sir, final is a keyword. Finally is a block. Finalize is a method. What is the difference, right? Sir, we will discuss in detail. Next, various possible combinations of try catch finally. Sir, try catch finally, in how many possibilities you can take? So try without catch, possible or not? Catch without a try, possible or not? Two finally blocks, possible or not? Like almost around 25 combinations we are going to discuss, right? So that you people can get much clarity about this one, sir. Next, control flow in try catch finally. Sir, in try catch finally, if an exception rises anywhere inside try block, if an exception rises, what will happen? Inside catch block, if an exception rises, what will happen? Inside finally block, if an exception rises, what will happen? How the flow of execution compulsory we should aware. Next, control flow in nested try catch finally. Sir, sometime inside a try block you can take try catch finally, inside catch block you can take try catch finally. So if a nested try catch finally is there, sir, how the control flow? Suppose inside outer try block exception riser, or inside inner try block exception riser, what will happen? What will happen? In which order the things are going to be executed? Compulsory we should aware. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, this is next, and after that the next important concept for the interview room we should go for throw keyword. Are you getting what is the word? The next one, throw keyword. Throws keyword, what is the difference between throw and throws? Like in detail we have to discuss. Next, exception handling keywords summary. Exception handling keywords summary. Sir, try, except, try, catch, finally. Next, do you know throws for which purpose? So like I will give a small summary, sir. Next, various possible comparative methods in exception handling. Various possible comparative methods in exception handling. Sir, why I'm listing out all possible comparative methods? Because every comparative error itself is an important conclusion. So for the interview room or for our day-to-day coding, that's why let me list out all possible comparative methods, then all those conclusions we should aware. Next, customized or user-defined exceptions. Sometimes based on our programming requirement we have to define our own exception, not Java inbuilt exception. We have to define our own exception. Such type of exceptions are called customized or user defined exceptions. How you can define, how you can use, this part we have to discuss. Next, top 10 exceptions. Just oddly most commonly occurred 10 exceptions we are going to discuss with the examples. Sometimes in the interview room, boss, in your previous project, what are the most commonly raised exceptions? Whatever commonly exceptions what you faced, like immediately we should be in a position to answer. Are you getting right? Next, 1.7 version enhancements. Sir, try with resources. Try with resources. Second one, multi-catch block. A single catch block that can handle multiple exceptions also. Okay, make sure these are 20 topics we are going to discuss, so that if any person is asking, do you know exception handling, give left and right. You will become king after completing these things, I'm sure, sir. Next, and after that, even I will touch in the 1.9 version related to try with resources, there is some enhancement came. Of course, it is not required as of now for our certification, but still, just I will spend some time so that you will get much clarity. Clear for all of you, right? So, at the part of this course, what things you are going to cover, what things you are going to learn at the part of exception handling, this is the agenda. Clear, right? Be ready to give left and right. Hi friends, yeah, the part of exception handling. The first topic what I have to talk, introduction to exception handling. Here I want to talk three important points. What is exception? What is the purpose of exception handling? What is the meaning of exception handling? These are 3 points we are going to discuss. Sir, can you please tell what is an exception? Ayo, respond. What is an exception? Runtime exception, abnormal termination. What is an exception? If the interview person is asking, can you please define an exception? What answer you are going to tell? Yes, friends? Yes? Best example. I don't want to go for technical terminology. Let me talk our day-to-day normal general life terminology, right? Suppose you are viewing this video, okay? You are viewing this exception earning video. So by mistake, net connectivity disconnected, or there is a problem with your system. Array, last half an hour onwards, you are listening properly. Suddenly, something goes wrong, the power problem, or net is not working, or otherwise your system problem, something. So immediately you are not in a position to continue listening this video. Are you getting right? Okay, something goes wrong, an unwanted, unexpected event. Sir, I don't want this event, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of program. Are you getting right? An unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of program. Maybe power failure, system problem, or maybe internet connectivity problem. Something goes wrong, okay, which disturbs our normal flow of the program is called exception. Next, another best example, sir. Suppose you are attending this class offline. Assume that in the regular classroom you are attending, sir. Early morning, yet 6 o'clock is the class. Assume that. So you are staying a bit very far, almost around 40 kilometers. Around 40 kilometers distance you require to travel to attend this session. Assume that, sir, maybe in Hyderabad, Vanasthalipuram, almost do you know, almost around 40 kilometers outskirts of Hyderabad, right? Sir, you have to come from Vanasthalipuram by traveling 40 kilometers to attend the session at 6 a.m. Assume that to come at 6 a.m. to the class, compulsory you have to start at 5 a.m. Okay? To start at 5 a.m., compulsory you have to wake up at around 4:30. Okay? To wake up at 4:30, compulsory you have to keep alarm minimum at 2 o'clock. Are you getting? 2 o'clock alarm is going to ring, snoozing to 2:30, snoozing and so on. So at last at 4:30 you are going to wake up. Next 4:30 to 5 you are going to get ready, and 5 o'clock you catch the bus. At 6 o'clock you came to the class. Sir, everything is happening according to the flow. Assume that, sir. Now you are there in the class, faculty started the class. Now what is the next flow? Whatever faculty is covering, you have to listen very carefully. You require to listen very carefully. You require to grasp this subject, and you require to use this subject somewhere in the company, or otherwise in the interview, or otherwise in the certification exam. Somewhere you have to use this subject. Sir, class started. Happily the faculty is continuing, sir. Whenever faculty is teaching, so suddenly after 5 or 10 minutes, sir, you are getting sleeping. Are you getting? You are getting sleeping. So single point also not entering into your mind. Remember this. So an unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program. Are you getting that? Which disturbs normal flow of the program. Sir, because of your sleeping, you are not in a position to listen the class properly. You are not going to get anything. Are you getting right? So main objective, main flow got disturbed because of your sleeping. So such type of unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program is called exception. Are you getting right? So in this scenario, which exception got raised, sir? Sleeping exception. Are you getting? Which exception got raised, sir? Sleeping exception. Okay? Sir, observe carefully, right? Are you getting? So something goes wrong, which disturbs our regular flow, which is nothing but exception. Clear? Sir, let me go for one more example so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Assume that you have to go to the office by two-wheeler, maybe by bike or scooter. You require to travel by two-wheeler. You are going to the office, right? At 8 a.m. you started. So at 9 you have to reach the office. You require to reach the office. At 9 o'clock in the office, there is one important meeting is there. You require to attend that meeting. Assume that, sir. So, at 8, by your two-wheeler, on your two-wheeler, you started, sir. You started. Almost, you reached almost half of the distance. Suddenly, bike tire got punctured. Are you getting? Early morning at 8:30, bike tire got punctured. You are not in a position to continue the office. So, no repairing shops also, because at morning 8:30, who is going to open? No one is going to open, right? Then you have to go back by walk. Maybe after repairing, you may reach the office at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Your team leader, project manager is going to get left and right. Are you getting right? Something goes wrong which disturbs your regular flow. An unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs the normal flow of the program is by default considered as exception. In this case, which exception got raised, sir? Tire punctured exception. Are you getting what is this exception? Tire punctured exception. Sir, it is got raised. Don't ask, sir, in which Java package tire punctured exception is available, or in which Java package slipping exception is available. Don't ask. Just for easy understanding purpose, I am creating these examples, right? Are you getting? Sir, now I hope you are in a position to define what is an exception. Exception, an unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs the normal flow of the program is called exception. Okay, well, sir, now let me go for a small technical example so that you can get much clarity about this one, sir. Sir, what that a technical example? Very, very simple, sir. Assume being a programmer, of course, in my programming requirement is I have to read the data from London. Are you getting? Read the data from remote file, read data from remote file, locating at London, read the data from remote file, locating at London like this, right? Sir, now the program started. So programming requirement is we have to read the data from the remote file locating at London. But at runtime, London file is not available. So if the file is not available, then our program not in a position to continue our execution. Are you getting right? So in this scenario, something goes wrong. The raised problem, the raised exception is a file not found exception. Are you getting right? What is this one, sir? File not found exception. Remember this. So in our program, if something goes wrong which disturbs our normal flow of the program, which is nothing but what? Exception. An unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program is called exceptions. Or something goes wrong which disturbs our normal flow of the program, which is nothing but what? Exception. Can you please give an example for exception? File not found exception, tire punctured exception, and slipping exception. Is the point very clear, right? Can you define an exception? Can you give an example for exception? Clear? Now the first point related to exception handling is very clear. What is exception? Now, what is the purpose of exception handling? Sir, it is highly recommended to handle exceptions. Okay, what the need, what is the purpose, right? Sir, best example, if something goes wrong, yes, obviously, everything is going to be happen as per our expectations, no such type of thing. So, in our life, it is not going to be happen. In our programs also not going to be happen. Sir, if everything goes fine, as per our wish, you never going to listen this video. I never going to teach this video, sir, because my assumptions are a bit higher. Are you getting? Your assumptions may be a bit higher. You may not. So, if something goes wrong, are you getting? Something goes wrong, we should be in a position to handle the situation. So it is highly recommended to handle exceptions, right? Exception handling must be required. Now my question is, what is the purpose of exception handling? Sir, very easy example. Let me bring one layman example, right? Sir, everyone, the person who is viewing, who is seeing this video, everyone can have at least one time in your life this type of experience, right? Sir, being a student or being an employee, this type of experience is there. Sir, assume that in the college, I have to give the demo, or otherwise you have to give a seminar, you require to submit your seminar report, project report or seminar report in the college at the morning 9 a.m. Assume that, sir. So, at early morning 4 o'clock onwards, you are full busy with preparing that report. Assume that 4 a.m. onwards, you are full busy to prepare that project report or seminar report. Sir, you are writing some data, you are draw some images and so on. Almost your plan is at 8 you have to complete that. You have to complete, and by 9 you have to reach the college and you have to submit to your HOD or principal. This is about your job. Almost you are ready to complete, sir. Suddenly at 7:45, almost ready to complete. Suddenly at 7:45, power gone. Backup facility is not there. You are getting power gone. Backup facility is not there. Power backup is not there. You didn't save that work. You didn't use control. Yes. Have you observed? Then, sir, after just 2 minutes, power gone. After 2 minutes, power came again, but your work gone. Are you getting whatever you typed early morning 4 o'clock onwards? Okay, by default gone. So, if something goes wrong, because of that, you are missing something. Regarding you are losing something. So, we should not miss anything. We should not lose anything. I want a graceful termination. Are you getting that? Can you please repeat the word? Which termination you want? Graceful termination we want. If you want graceful termination, better to go for what? Exception handling. So, if something goes wrong, we should not miss anything. We should not miss anything. We should not lose anything. Such a type of graceful termination I want. That is the main purpose of exception handling. Theoretically, are you feeling comfortable, right? So, what is the purpose of exception handling, sir? Graceful termination of the program. Sir, let me go for a small programming example. Here, see this one. Suppose I have some program is there. In my program, the flow is open DB connection. Assume that carefully, sir. I am trying to open database connection. Now, read the data. Read the data from the database. Read the data. Next, after reading the data, close the database connection. Close the DB connection. Okay, this is my programming requirement. Of course, in our programs, this type of requirements are very common. Now, assume that this is my database, right? Okay, I have to open DB connection. I have to read the data. I have to close this DB connection. Assume that. Sir, now DB connection I opened successfully. DB connection I opened, sir. Next, while reading data from the database, suddenly I got the SQL exception. Are you getting? Suddenly I got the SQL exception. While reading the data, I got SQL exception. I didn't handle that exception. Of course, I don't know exception handling. I didn't handle that exception. Then what will happen? The program will be terminated here only abnormally. Are you getting? The program will be terminated here only because you didn't handle. If the program terminated here, then who is going to close the database connection? No one is going to close. One database connection is open, but no one is using, but no one is closing. Are you able to understand? Unnecessary. One DB connection is going to be wasted. Sir, now if for 10 times 10 programs are terminated like that, 10 times 10 programs are terminated like that, then automatically 10 connections are going to be wasted. Sir, 11th person is coming to communicate with the database. Okay, but my database server can provide support max 10 connections only. Suppose 11th connection is required, sorry, database server is not in a position to provide support, total application is going to be crashed, total application is going to be down because of this problem. Are you able to get right? So we are missing something, we are blocking our resources because of exceptions. So we should not do that. I want a graceful termination. For that we require to go for what? Exception handling. Are you getting right? Now the second word related to exception handling is the very clear, sir. What is that second word? What is the purpose of exception handling? The main purpose of exception handling is graceful termination of the program. If something goes wrong, we should not miss anything, we should not lose any resources, we should not block any resources. Graceful termination I require, then we should go for exception handling. Clear for all of you, right? Up to this, any doubt? Sir, up to this it is very clear for you what is an exception, what is the purpose of exception handling. So an unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs the normal flow of the program is called exception. Next, what is the purpose of exception handling? Graceful termination of the program. Sir, now the third one what I have to discuss, what is the meaning of exception handling? Sir, we have to handle exceptions, highly recommended to handle. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of exception handling? In what way you are going to handle exceptions, right? Very simple terminology, sir. Suppose assume that most of the people are going to feel exception handling means you are going to repair that exception. No. We are not in a position to repair sometimes. That's why. So what it means? Just a small example, layman example I will cover. Sir, I told already, you are preparing your seminar or project report. So almost 3 hours you worked, you didn't save, power gone, you are missing something. Are you getting? How you can handle this one? Can you please tell? Yes, friends, it is our normal day-to-day life. How you can handle this one? Yes, very simple. You will go for power backup. You are arrange power backup at least for 5 minutes. If the power gone, still the system is on because of your backup power. So you will save all the things and then stop the program. Are you getting? Shut down your system. Once power came, then you can start your system and again you are going to work. Are you getting right? So something like you are arranging backup facility to continue your work as usual. Are you getting? So defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally is nothing but exception handling. So every day, in our every minute of life, so we are always using exception handling, but unknowingly we don't know that is called exception handling. If you go to the hotel, you are asking, boss, can you please give 1 plate idli, something like tiffin, 1 plate idli like. Suddenly hotel person is telling, sorry, idli is not available. Then what you are going to do? Arey, can you please give the puri? Are you getting? You are asking about alternative and you are continue your program. Suppose if you go to the cinema right, you are trying to get the tickets for movie 1. But for movie 1 tickets are not available, then immediately, please check for alternative movie tickets, like you are going to do that. Or you require to travel to your native place. Sir, you are trying by bus. If the bus ticket is not available, no problem. You will try for the train ticket and you have to travel. Regarding you can travel. So means defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally is nothing but exception handling. Sir, observe. Okay, I will go for a small technical terminology. Have a look once, sir. Approach one. Approach one. Read data from a remote file locating at London and use that data. Sir, have you observed? This is one program. Assume that of course the corresponding code I will write. This is one program. This program, there is no guarantee, sir, for complete execution, for successful execution every time. Because at runtime, if a London file is not available, then immediately what will happen? then immediately what will happen? File not found exception will come, and this program will be terminated abnormally. Correct, right? But the same program in different style I want to write. Observe that. Read the data from a remote file. Read the data from remote file, locating at a London sir. So at the runtime, if a London file is not available, if a file not found exception is coming, no problem at all. Happily, you can read the data from the local file, safe side, backup purpose. I arrange a local file, read the data from local file, and continue the program. Are you getting? Here, if London file is not available, if the London file is not available, then use a local file. Next, use that data. Observe. Sir, have you observed? Both programs are going to read the data from the London file. But here have you observed, right? There is no guarantee for successful termination of this program. But this one, there is a maximum chance for successful termination, because I arranged alternatives also simultaneously, right? If London file is not available, no problem at all. Use a local file and continue rest of the program normally. So defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally is nothing but exception handling. Everyone can able to understand? Can you please tell what the meaning of exception handling, sir? We have to define alternative ways at the beginning only. If something goes wrong at runtime, by using that alternative, happily we can continue our rest of the program normally, which is nothing but what? Exception handling. Okay, best, sir, the same thing theoretically, I mean technically syntax wise, I will write like this. Observe carefully, sir. Here, try block I'm taking. Sir, read the data from London file, from remote file locating at London. Okay. Now catch, okay, file not found exception. File not found exception. If the file not found exception is coming, no problem. Don't worry, sir. Use local file. And continue rest of the program normally. Use local file and continue rest of the program normally. Observe that. So I hope you are seeing the thing. So even London file is not available, no problem. Use local file, continue rest of the program normally. This is what is the meaning of exception handling. Main flow we have to take inside the try block. If in the try block, in the main flow, if something goes wrong, no problem. Alternative flow is available inside catch block, handling code. So alternative flow is available in the catch block. With alternative flow, sir, happily you can continue rest of the program. This is nothing but what? Exception handling. Are you in the position to understand, right? So, yeah, the part of exception handling introduction, we covered three things. What is exception? What is the purpose of exception handling? What is the meaning of exception handling? What is an exception? Can you please repeat? An unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs our normal flow of the program is called exception. What is the main purpose of exception handling? Graceful termination of the program. Are you getting? What is the main purpose of exception handling, sir? Graceful termination of the program. What is the meaning of exception handling? The meaning of exception handling is defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally. Clear? Introduction? Okay? Hi friends, in the last video we covered what is a runtime stack mechanism. Sir, now the next topic what we have to discuss, what is default exception handling in Java. Sir, if something goes wrong, if an exception rises, we are not having any exception handling code. By default what will happen? Sir, what is default exception handling in Java? This part I have to discuss. It's a very simple terminology, sir. Okay, but acts as a base for the remaining topics. That's why take a bit very special care. Let me explain with a small example, then you can get much clarity. Here, have a look once. Sir, observe, I have class test, public static void main method, string array args. Public static void main, string array args. Main method is there. This main method is calling, assume that it is calling do stuff method. Main method is calling do stuff method. Sir, now public static void do stuff, public static void do stuff internally calls do more stuff. Assume internally calls do more stuff. Next, public static void do more stuff. Public static void do more stuff. Now here I am taking system.out.println hello like this I am taking, sir. Listen very carefully about this code, sir. Hello like this. I hope you people may already aware this terminology, sir. Sir, do you know? So in this, how many threads are available? I covered already in the last video, runtime stack mechanism. How many threads are available? Only one thread, main thread. For every thread, JVM is going to create one runtime stack. Okay? Well, this runtime stack created, right? Assume that. Now, what is the first method call performed by main thread? Main method will be called by main thread. That's why first main. So main internally calls do stuff. Are you getting? Main internally calls what? Do stuff. Now for that do stuff also one entry added. Next, sir, inside do stuff, now the control came to do stuff. Inside do stuff, do more stuff. It is calling do more stuff, sir. Sir, do more stuff is another method call. For every method call, JVM will add one entry. That's why here do more stuff. Okay. Now the control do more stuff. Now the control came. Sir, inside do more stuff, SOP of hello. That's why output we are going to get hello is the output, sir. Output once hello completed, do more stuff completed. That's why do more stuff will be removed, and now the control go back to do stuff. Inside do stuff, no other extra things I have to do. Do stuff also completed. Now remove the do stuff also. Now the control go back to main method. After do stuff call, nothing is there. No extra code is there. That's why remove. Sir, main method also completed. Remove the entry, and JVM will terminate this thread and the corresponding stack will be destroyed. Okay, it is, if everything goes fine, no problem, hello is the answer, the program will be stopped. But something goes wrong. Regarding something goes wrong, then what will happen? That's what our cinema, sir. Sir, now observe carefully. Instead of SOP of hello, I'm taking SOP of 10/0. Are you getting? SOP of 10/0, something goes wrong. Arithmetic exception came, sir. Now what is the flow? How the things are going to be happen? Because I never used any try or catch block. By default what will happen? This knowledge must be compulsory, you should have. Okay, well, sir, now here let me make my stack is empty. Sir, in this, how many threads are there? Just now I explained. How many threads are there? Only one thread. What is that? Main thread, right? Now, main thread first calls main method. Main thread first calls main method. Main method calls do stuff. Now the control will comes to do stuff. Now, sir, main thread calls do stuff. Do stuff. Now, the part of do stuff, sir, this do more stuff will be called. That's why the control comes to do more stuff. One entry added. Now, observe very carefully, sir. Do more stuff. Do more stuff. Now, the control comes to do more stuff. Sir, currently, control is inside which method? Do more stuff. Have you observed top of the stack is do more stuff only. Now, here something goes wrong. Observe very carefully, sir. Here something goes wrong. Inside a method, if an exception rises, inside a method, if an exception rises, the method in which it is raised is the responsible to create exception object. Remember this one, sir. The method in which this exception rises, that method is the responsible to create exception object, of course with the help of JVM only. Exception object created. In this object, what information added? Name of the exception. Can you please spell out what is the name of the exception? Sir, what is the name of exception? Sir, arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception. What is the description of the exception? What is the description of the exception? Description of the exception is division by 0. Is that description, sir? Division by 0. Next, what is stack trace? Sir, where the problem? Stack trace or location. At which location the problem came? At which location the problem came? Stack trace or location, sir. Now, in which location, sir? Inside do more stuff. Do more stuff is called by do stuff. Do stuff is called by main. Have you observed? Location is do more stuff. Do more stuff, which is called by do stuff, which is called by main. This is the complete stack trace. Remember, with this information, exception object will be created. Sir, let me repeat up to this. So, inside a method, if an exception rises, the method in which it is raised is responsible to create exception object. Remember, this is the responsible to create exception object. Okay, well, exception object created by the method with the help of JVM internally, right? Sir, immediately this exception object hand over to exception object hand over to JVM. Remember, sir, in our day-to-day also, somewhere on the road, if accident happened, something goes wrong, accident happened, then immediately we have to intimate to the police, ambulance, like here also, if something goes wrong, with that complete information, we have to create exception object, hand over this object to JVM. Okay, here who is the policeman, who is the ambulance person, is the JVM, right? Now, JVM will ask, in which method this problem came? In which method this problem came, sir? Who is asking? JVM. Do more stuff. Now, immediately, JVM will ask, hey, do more stuff. In your area, something goes wrong. Some exception rises. Do you have handling code? Do you have handling code? Like this, JVM will ask, do more stuff. What the answer do more stuff is going to tell? No, I'm not having any handling code. If you are not having handling code, immediately JVM is going to terminate this method abnormally. Remember this one. Immediately JVM will terminate this method abnormally without executing remaining code, sir. Without executing remaining code, JVM terminates this method abnormally and remove the corresponding entry from the stack. Observe, because something goes wrong, he is not in a position to handle, then how I can keep this person, man, block this person or terminate this method. Okay, like terminate this method and remove the corresponding entry from the stack. Okay, do more stuff method terminated abnormally. Now, what the JVM will do? Do more stuff is just a method. Someone called this method. Who is the caller of do more stuff? Respond. Who is the caller? Who calls do more stuff? Do more stuff called by do stuff. Immediately JVM will approach. Hey, do stuff. You are calling do more stuff. You called do more stuff. But inside do more stuff area, something goes wrong. Arithmetic exception raised. You are responsible to handle that exception. Where is the handling code? Where is the handling code? Can you please show? Like JVM will ask do stuff, sir. Then immediately what the do stuff is going to tell? Boss, I'm not having any handling code. Array, if you are not having any handling code, you can't continue. Immediately JVM will terminate the caller method also and removes the corresponding entry from the stack. Okay, well, now, sir, immediately JVM will ask, Array, who is the caller of do stuff? Who is the caller of do stuff? Now the caller of do stuff is main. Immediately JVM will ask main method. Hey main, you are calling do stuff. Do stuff calls do more stuff. Do more stuff raises some exception. Sir, do more stuff and do stuff both not handled. As a caller, you are responsible to handle where is the handling code. Like JVM will ask main method, right? Then immediately main method is going to tell, no, I'm not having any handling code. If you are not having handling code, then I will terminate you also. I will terminate you also, like JVM is going to convey. Then simply main method is going to tell, Array, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. Okay, how you can terminate? So what? You are not in a position to handle exception. That's why you can't continue your execution. Main method also terminated abnormally and removes the corresponding entry. Now, observe very interesting story. Who called the main method? Can you please confirm? Who is calling main method? Main method is called by JVM only. Now, who is the responsible to handle this one? Finally, JVM is the responsible to handle. To handle such type of things, JVM will maintain one assistant. Who is that assistant? Is default exception handler. Who is that assistant, sir? Can you please spell out? Default exception handler is the assistant, right? Now immediately JVM is going to hand over exception object to the default exception handler to handle. Default exception handler won't do anything, just print exception information to the console and terminate the program abnormally. Okay, in which format it is going to print, sir? Exception in thread, exception in thread main. In which thread the problem came? Exception in thread main. What is that exception, sir? Arithmetic exception. What is the description? Division by 0. So exception in thread main, name of the exception and the description of the exception. Next yet. What is the stack trace? Yet test dot do more stuff. Do more stuff. This do more stuff is called by yet test dot do stuff. Do stuff is called by yet test dot main. Regarding do stuff is called by main. So observe, exception in thread main, arithmetic exception, name of the exception, division by 0, description, and this one is the stack trace. In this format, exception information will be printed by the default exception handler and terminates the program abnormally. Remember this one, sir? So by default, if exception something goes wrong, what will happen, sir? What is the default exception handling in Java? This is what you people should aware. So just very briefly, I'm going to repeat so that you will get much clarity. Observe that, sir. Sir, here main calls do stuff. Do stuff calls do more stuff. Inside do more stuff, arithmetic exception raised. So inside a method, if an exception raised, the method in which it is raised is the responsible to create exception object by including the following information: name of the exception, description of the exception, and the stack trace. With this information, so exception object will be created by do more stuff, of course with the help of JVM only. Sir, after creating this exception object, sir, it will be handed over to the JVM. Sir, now JVM will ask, do more stuff. You raised some problem. Do you have handling code or not? if you are not having handling code, I will terminate this method abnormally. JVM will terminate this method abnormally, removes the corresponding entry from the stack. Remember that. So now, after terminating this method abnormally and removes the corresponding entry from the stack, now JVM will identify who is the caller. Who is the caller method? Who is the caller method? Do stuff. Again, it will do the same process for the do stuff. Oh, do stuff. You are calling do more stuff. Do more stuff. Raise some issue. Raise some arithmetic exception. You are responsible to handle that. Where is the handling code? Where is the handling code? Like JVM is going to ask do stuff also. So JVM unable to identify any handling code, then JVM will remove the corresponding entry from the stack. So this process will be continued until main method. If the main method also does not contain handling code, JVM terminates main method and removes the corresponding entry from the stack. Sir, now no one to handle such type of requirements, JVM maintain default exception handler. JVM hand over the object to the default exception handler. Default exception handler just print exception information in this format and terminates the program abnormally. Sir, here how many methods are there? 3 methods. All 3 methods are terminated abnormally, right? The program termination is abnormal termination. It is not a graceful termination. Is it clear for all of you? Execute this code. Is it going to be happened or not? Observe carefully, sir. Here, have a look once. Same example I'm taking. Observe carefully. Here, class test. First method main internally calls do stuff internally calls do more stuff is trying to print SOP of 10 by 0 like this, right? Now let me execute this code, sir. First compile. Yes, happily the code compiles fine, no problem at all. Now at runtime, have you observed? Exception in thread main java.lang.arithmetic exception division by 0 yet tester dot do more stuff yet tester dot do stuff like this. Sir, if you observe that, sir, here just observe, this is name of the exception, java.lang.arithmetic exception name. This is description of the exception and this one is stack trace. Okay, remember this one itself is stack trace. Okay, sir, who is the responsible to print this total information? Are you getting? Who is the responsible to print this total information, sir? Default exception handler. Can you please tell, is it normal termination or abnormal termination? I respond. Is it normal termination or abnormal? Abnormal. Something goes wrong. It's not normal termination. Abnormal termination. Never be recommended. Clear, right? So, if something goes wrong, by default, how the things are going to be happen? What is the default exception handling in Java? This is the story, sir. Now, sir, make sure. Total, how many methods are there? 3 methods. How many methods are terminated abnormally? Every method terminated abnormally. That's why, sir, it is abnormal termination. Clear? Now I will explain second example related to default exception handling so that you people can get much clarity. Observe that here class test public static void main string array args. Sir, main method calls do stuff method. Do stuff method calls do more stuff. Sir, same as previous example only, but where is the difference, right? Do more stuff. Sir, now inside do more stuff, SOP of hello I printed. Now, sir, after completing do more stuff method call, sir, just I'm trying to print what? SOP of 10 by 0 inside do stuff. Now, what is the flow? Sir, what is the exact output we are going to get to the console? You should evaluate. Now, observe, sir, now in this program, how many threads are there? Only one thread. What is that thread, sir? Main thread. Main thread, sir, JVM is going to create runtime stack for the main thread. Okay, well. Now, here observe first method which is going to be called by the JVMs are main. Okay, main thread. Main thread is the responsible to call main method. Yeah, the part of main method, it is calling which method? Do stuff method. Now, yeah, the part of that, it is calling do stuff method. Do stuff method. Now, sir, do you know, yeah, the part of do stuff, now it is calling do more stuff. Are you getting? Now it is calling which method, sir? Do more stuff. Now, do more stuff. Do more stuff. Okay, like. Now, do more stuff will be called, okay, like. Can you please observe, whenever you are calling do more stuff, now the control entered into do more stuff. Inside do more stuff, what is the line is there? SOP of hello. That's why just the print output will become hello. Hello, that's all. Observe, output will become hello. Sir, now after SOP, any other statement I have to execute? Nothing. That's why do more stuff completed normally. Sir, if a method completes normally, sir, removes the corresponding entry from the stack. Now do more stuff, this method execution, is it normal termination or abnormal termination? It is what? The normal termination. Correct, right? Normally completed. Now the control goes to do more stuff. Yes, it is already completed. Now, what is the method? What is the method? SOP of 10 by 0. Sir, SOP of 10 by 0, here arithmetic exception raised. Remember this one. So, inside which method arithmetic exception raised? Okay, inside do stuff. Do more stuff already completed. No more do more stuff. Do more stuff already completed, sir. Only inside do stuff, SOP of 10 by 0. Sir, now there is no handling code. That's why JVM is going to terminate this do stuff abnormally and removes corresponding entry. Okay, sir, have you remembered? So inside do stuff, if an exception raised, sir, an exception object will be created by do stuff. Correct or not? Now this exception object hand over to the JVM. JVM will check whether this do stuff having any handling code or not. No handling code. That's why JVM terminate this method abnormally, removes the corresponding stack. Sir, now JVM will identify who is the caller method. Which is the caller method? Can you please spell out? Main. Main method also doesn't contain handling code. JVM terminate this main method also abnormally and removes the corresponding entry from the stack. Now, who is the caller of main method? JVM is the caller. Now, JVM is the responsible to handle this exception. Sir, what the JVM is going to do is, JVM delegate this responsibility to default exception handler. Default exception handler just print exception information to the console and terminate the program abnormally. Sir, in which format default exception handler will print exception information? Can you please tell, sir? What is that? Exception in thread, exception in thread main. Exception in thread main. What is the name of the exception? Please confirm. Java.lang. Arithmetic exception division by 0. This is the description. Division by 0. Yet. Very important. Sir, whenever exception raised, in which method it is raised? Do stuff method. Do stuff method called by which one? Main method. That's why yet test dot do stuff. Yet test dot do stuff. Now this do stuff is called by test dot main. Sir, please make sure this is the information is going to print to the console and the program will be terminated abnormally. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, that's all this is. Sir, total how many methods are there? Can you please confirm? Total how many methods? 3 methods. Sir. Main, do stuff, do more stuff. But do more stuff, normal completion, normal termination, but the remaining 2 methods, abnormal termination. Remember, if at least one method terminates abnormally, the program termination is always abnormal termination. Sir, even though do more stuff completed normally, but still this program abnormal termination only. Clear for all of you, right? Just let me execute this code, sir. Observe carefully. Have a look once. Here class test, public static void main. Sir, observe very carefully. Here, do stuff, sir. Do stuff internally calls do more stuff. Do more stuff, just print hello. Sir, after completing do more stuff, SOP of 10 by 0 is there. Regarding SOP of 10 by 0 is there. Okay, like now have a look once. What output by default you are going to get, sir? The code compiles fine. The code compiles fine. What is that output? Hello. Hello will be printed, and then exception in thread main java.lang.arithmetic exception division by 0. I hope everyone in the position to understand very clearly, right? Okay, arithmetic exception hello followed by arithmetic exception. This is the stack trace, right? Clear, friends? I hope you are in the position to understand clearly, right? Now the last example related to default exception handling. Observe carefully, sir. Here class test, public static void main method calling do stuff, and after completing this do stuff method call, it is printing SOP of 10 by 0. Oh, exception will be raised inside main method. Remember, main calling do stuff. Okay, now inside do stuff we are calling do more stuff. After completing do more stuff, SOP of high is also there. Okay, now next inside do more stuff, SOP of hello. That's all right. Now observe the flow. What will happen, sir? Runtime stack will be created. Runtime stack created. Sir, first main method will be called by MainThread. Okay, main. Next, within the main, it is calling which method? Do stuff. For every method call, one entry will be added. Now do stuff. Now do stuff. Observe carefully. Sir, if we are calling do stuff means now the control entered into do stuff method. Inside do stuff method, two activities are there. Calling do more stuff. After completing do more stuff execution, SOP of high. Now calling do more stuff. Now it is a method call. Compulsory one entry will be added. One entry will be added. Added, right? Calling do more stuff. One entry will be added. Sir, inside do more stuff. Now SOP of hello. That's all. Sir, now just print hello. What is the output we are going to get, sir? Hello will be printed, or otherwise output hello will be printed. Next, do more stuff. After printing hello, any other activities I have to do? Nothing. Do more stuff completed normally. Now removes the corresponding entry from the stack. It is a normal completion of this method. Now the control go back to caller. Caller is the do stuff. Sir, inside after completing do more stuff method call, SOP of high is there. Now print that high. Now, sir, after completing high, SOP of high, can you please tell, is this do stuff completed or not? Completed. Is it normal completion or abnormal? Normal completion. Once a method completed, now removes the corresponding entry from the stack. Are you getting? Now the control goes back to caller like main method. Sir, now take a bit very special care. At this point, do stuff and do more stuff methods completed normally and removes from the stack also. Okay. Now, sir, after completing this do stuff method call, SOP of 10 by 0. Oh, exception got raised. Arithmetic exception got raised, sir. Now, sir, immediately exception object created, hand over to JVM. Are you getting? Hand over to the JVM. JVM will check whether this method contain any handling code or not. Sir, this method, main method, doesn't contain handling code. Then JVM terminate this method abnormally and removes the corresponding entry from the stack. Regarding terminate this method abnormally, remove the corresponding entry from the stack. Okay, sir, now who is the responsible to handle? Who is the caller of main method? JVM. JVM is the responsible means to handle such a type of situation. JVM hand over this responsibility to default exception handler. Default exception handler just print exception information to the console. Do you know exception in thread main, exception in thread main. What is the name of the exception? java.lang. Arithmetic exception division by 0. Description java.lang arithmetic exception division by 0. Yet can you please tell inside which methods are? Yet test dot main. Are you getting? Yet test dot main. That's all. So do more stuff completed normally. That's why they won't be included in the stack trace. Okay, that's all. This is what you people should aware. Let me execute this code. Have a look once, sir. Observe carefully. The same program, right? Do stuff, main method calling do stuff. Sir, after calling do stuff method call 10 by 0. Next do stuff is calling do more stuff high. Next SOP of hello, like this, right? Now have a look once what is the output we are going to get, sir. Sir, observe the code compiles fine. Same program, sir. What output by default we are going to get? Hello, hi, followed by exception in thread main. Java.lang arithmetic exception division by 0. Yet, have you observed? In the stack trace, we are not going to see. Do stuff and do more stuff, because do stuff and do more stuff methods completed normally. Okay. Now I have one wonderful point, sir. Can you please tell, is this program termination normal termination or abnormal termination? Can you please confirm? Is it normal termination or abnormal termination? Yes? Is it normal or abnormal termination? Abnormal termination. At least one method terminates abnormally. The total program termination is abnormal termination. If all methods completed normally, then only termination is normal termination. Remember this one. This is the abnormal termination because at least one method terminates abnormally. Everyone can able to understand, right? So if an exception raised, if you are not having any handling code, by default what will happen? Okay, this is what a default exception handling. Clear?